Blook, and now you're under my control.
Stop it! Hey, squirrel. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Oh, hey, baby.
He brings you the world, the stars and the songs. Makes your day. He does what you'd like to and takes you along. Makes your day.
Hooray, hey. Hooray, hey. Hooray, hey. Woo! Redbar.
Hi.
All right, give me some good, Jules.
How about just like a little bit of Tony?
Tony C. Hinchcliffe, come on down. He's been real bad this week. Tony's getting into it. Of course, Tony C. Hinchcliffe from the Killtony band. Where do we got? What is he doing this week, Jules?
He's starting a bit of a rift with one of the members of his band.
John Dees. The lovable John Dees, who really has no business being in this band. This band, it really weirds me out. Now, is this the Antone's band? Did he find this band at Antone's? Remember that blues club that he played with? Well, when Killtony moved to Austin, they replaced the all-white comedy band led by Jeremiah Wonders with the all-black blues, funk, mishmash festival, like a carnival band. You know, when your parents take you to Buffalo Grove Days. Remember, they would call it Days. The Lilac Fest when you were a kid, and they've got the main stage there, and you're sitting on the grass listening to some of the most boring music you've ever heard. That's the Killtony band, led by John Dees. That's the guy on the keyboard. He's the band leader, okay? And Tony's been awful to John Dees lately. Let's take a look. Do we have... We're going to go to 1738 here. Is that where we're going to start today?
This episode is something I wrote down like a month ago.
Yeah.
That we never really got to it because it was just a little one, but seems like it's been building.
It definitely has been building.
It's growing.
There's Hans Kim. Nice to see Hans Kim today, huh? Wonder if Hans knows us. I'd like to hear from Hans. What does he think about Red Bar? Could somebody ask him? Thank you. All right, so we start here, 1738, see what happens?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Killtony, we're in the middle of the show. Of course, Hans Kim on stage, they're interviewing him. Let's see what happens.
You're very insecure. You're always afraid that she's going to go suck somebody's dick for some reason. You talk about this on the regular. Has that happened this week? Were you insecure at all this week?
I was a little insecure this weekend.
Yeah. Tell us about that moment.
I was like, hey, come downtown. And she's like, okay, I'll go to Rainey Street. I was like, okay, that's not where I'm at. And then...
Ooh, they've got Eleanor. What's her name? Eleanor...
Kerrigan.
Eleanor Kerrigan. Do not like her. This is a waitress from the Comedy Store that started dating Andrew Dice Clay in the late 80s. She takes care of Andrew Dice Clay's drummer sons. You know how all of Andrew Dice Clay's kids play the drums? They're kind of bratty kids. They're not really all there. They're very spoiled, very similar to Howie Mandel's daughter or Roseanne's son, Jake, who you're going to meet today. I don't like this Eleanor. I mean, she really is cheers. She should have like a rag over her shoulder. Hey, boys, use another rag to clean up my spit. Hey, boys, when can I get you guys? She's very cheers. She should not be a comic. She isn't one of the best. She isn't a killer. She's an old bitch, and I'm out to get her. Pass that on. Pass that on. And this is Andrew Dice Clay. He has sex with this woman so that she'll watch his kids while he's out doing comedy, okay, in the late 80s. All right. Of course, Brian Redband is here looking sharp as fuck. D-Madness before he cut his dreads. God, he looked so much better. What are we going to do with our big gorilla now that D-Madness has cut his dreads? Totally different look.
Maybe we can buy his actual dreads.
Tony says that he's got him in a windowsill in his office. I'm not kidding. He said he's got him in a bag. D-Madness cut his dreads off. The bass player, Tony said that he's got him in a Ziploc bag in his windowsill in his office. That's what he said. If anyone could get me those dreads, Big money.
You just got to punch out the window with a little rag wrapped around your hand. Reach in, grab them, run away.
I saw that. Yeah,
The
okay.
nice guys.
The nice guys. Okay, let's see what happens. Tony, this is from a little while ago, but it's going to lead into what we're showing here today.
Right.
Could make you nervous.
And then I sort of looked through her phone that night.
Whoa, Hans. Just because you make the... What the fuck was that? Thank you.
Okay, so apparently Tony, who's got a full band on stage, you know, if I wanted it quiet in here, the last thing I would do is put 16 black guys 2 feet behind me with instruments. Okay, if I want it perfectly quiet in here, you know what I do? I hire me and her. One girl to yell shut up to. That's it. Tony has 16 brothers behind him. You know, like a county jail.
And there's about to be a lot more.
Yeah. And, oh, yes, wait till you hear this. And he's got Brian Redband doing a million sound effects. You know, Brian Redband's the king of the soundboard. He's got a fart board. He's got a sound effects board. He's got music clips that he plays. And Tony hates sound effects. We've all seen this. We've all seen Tony, when Tony's in his mood and he's locked in talking to somebody, and then Brian does, you know, Tony will kind of take out his anger on Brian. He takes out his nervous energy on poor, sweet Redband, who does not deserve to be treated this way. And here, look what he's doing now. We're going to see him turn around. Look at this. There's a little sound effect that plays.
Hans, just because you make the... What the fuck was that? Thank you. Let's limit it. I already have to...
So he was planning on yelling at Redband until he realizes it was John Dees over here, who you can't see yet. John Dees on keys. Tony kind of realizes mid-yell that he's yelling at big black John Dees, which he's not really prepared to yell at him. You know, they've kind of, you got to kind of be respectful towards the non-comic brothers who are doing the band, right? But here he is, kind of loses his shit and goes after Dees.
Oh, Hans, just because you make the... What the fuck was that? Thank you. Let's limit it. I already have to... Okie dokie. All right. My worst nightmares are coming true, everybody. 2 people with soundboards stepping on jokes now. Okay. Welcome to the new sound effects show, everybody. This used to be a comedy show. Now it's just surprise noises at any point.
The noises are fine.
Unbelievably fast, witty fucking jokes that I can't do now because the opportunity has passed. And John, when you...
Stepping on super unbelievably witty, fast jokes that I can no longer do? Is that what he just said?
Yeah.
Stepping on unbelievably fast, witty fucking jokes that I can't do now because the opportunity has passed.
You know who hates Tony? This guy. You contact me. Whoever this guy is, he plays the trombone and the trumpet of the band. He knows that this Tony's no good. He's not laughing and smiling the same way the other brothers do. Okay, so there's Tony screaming at John Dees.
Fucking jokes that I can't do now because the opportunity has passed. And John, when you do it, I can't yell. Okay, all right. This is great. This is what happened with the old band. That's how it started. They
Jeremiah 101.
They go, okay, well now he's going to say you don't like it, so now I'm going to do more.
Jeremiah, I hear, is deteriorating. People have been following him ever since he begged for money. Remember Jeremiah, Black Lives Matter. Remember, he was begging money. He had a new son. He was begging people for money for food. He said, if you please send money, we don't have any food.
Is there any good Jeremiah update vids? Or wait, there was a video.
He got a vasectomy.
Did you watch that one?
I did not watch that, but I keep hearing people keep messaging me going, Mike, Jeremiah is like unraveling.
I want to see him.
So that's great news. Okay, so here's Tony. Now, John Dees could smile and laugh for so long, but John Dees really doesn't really like when little white homos scream at him in front of a whole crowd. That's not really, John Dees isn't really used to stuff like that. So you could only fake smile for so long before he snaps.
They just
Jeremiah
start-
101.
They go, okay, well, now he's going to say you don't like it, so now I'm going to do more of it. No, it's okay.
So-
I was going to say, just because you make the iPhones doesn't mean you get to go through them, Hans. Still worked. Still got it. Brought it back. Never
Celebrating.
give up. John Cena said so. Okay. So you went through the phone. What did you find?
Okay, so we had that happen a few weeks ago, right? So we've been tracking this. We've been seeing his Tony and the band. Are they starting to kind of develop a rift here with this band? Was there anything else from this episode?
That was it, I think.
Okay, so that's that from this episode. Let's see what we got next here. When's this one from? We're going to pop this one up. This is
No, this is last.
11 days ago.
All around the world.
11 days ago, another Kill Tony. 2740. Jules?
Yep.
2740. Here we go. Let's see. So when was that last one from? How many weeks ago was that?
Let's see.
That last one was.
Was from 1 month ago.
Okay, so 1 month ago. This is from 11 days ago. So, okay, 3 weeks later, 2740. Let's see what he does here.
Okay. Kyle, what do you do for fun? What makes you you? Tell us something interesting about you, because you seem like a very, very normal white guy from San Diego trying to come into a place that's filled with monsters. So
Ooh, this is the episode with here. I could see him right here. Trevor Wallace. Trevor, we've got our eye on you. We spoke to Brookie.
Yep.
Okay. What's Brooke's last name?
Schofield.
Schofield. Trevor Wallace, we spoke with Brick Schofield.
We heard about Pawn Stars.
We heard about your date. Do you guys know Trevor Wallace? Not him. I'll zoom in when we get to Trevor.
I'll say anything for more stage time.
There's Trevor. You guys know Trevor? Now, this particular segment isn't about Trevor, but I wanted to let Trevor know that we know everything about your little date with Brookie. Tana's good friend Brooke that does the show Canceled
It was a date
with her.
with Tana.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. We know everything about your date with Tana. But he did date Brooke as well.
That's what they said.
So listen to this. This little fucking nerd. Have you guys seen this guy around the stand-up scene? All your favorite comics are starting to include him now. Was this like a TikTok, YouTube-y comedian guy that wasn't really part of the stand-up scene? But all of a sudden, when his numbers started to rise, now we're seeing him on Kill Tony. Now we're seeing him hang around with Whitney C. Cummings and the gang. The other comics are now including him because his numbers are up. This is a guy that just last year wasn't a real comic, because he didn't start in the clubs with them. But now they like him. Well, we just heard some funny story. I didn't think this guy really dated. But these comedians, what do these comedians like more than comedy? Women. Oh, do these comedians love women and hunting for women? Do you know that Tana and Brooke, Tana Mojo, went on a date with this guy? Can you believe that? Tana spilled the beans. She said they went back. She went back to his house with him in Venice, and that he wanted to Netflix and chill with her, and they got into bed, and he put on Pawn Stars. Yep. They got into bed or on the couch, cuddled up. He put on Pawn Stars. Tana was shook on God. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't fucking believe it. She got her shit and ran the fuck out. But we know more secrets to come about what's downtown, what you got going on down there.
We'll find out.
What your moves are like, your little micro schemes that you play on women. I didn't know you were a woman guy. You could not be trusted. We're tracking you now. Trevor, tell Trevor. Mike knows everything about his dates. Mike is revealing your dating history on this Red Bar. Tell him that. Oh, Mike got in contact with Brooke and Tana in Tucson. Yep, because Brooke went to college in Tucson. She was here visiting. They met up with Mike. They told him everything. They described what you got downstairs. Tell him. And report back to me for $100. Okay, I really, and you know what's funny? Tony starts picking on Trevor. You know, I've never seen Tony do this. Tony doesn't do this to these other guys. Brian Simpson.
I guess Trevor is almost kind of like an equal to Tony. They look the same.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So Tony is now like picking on Trevor using all the stuff that people used to pick on Tony with, like, you know, that he's a homo and a skinny fag. Hey, Brian Simpson, you need a stylist, buddy. You're never going to make it in Texas comedy with this look. Please, somebody get this guy a new wardrobe. I'll buy it for him. I want to see him all cleaned up. I like Brian Simpson. You know who his roommate is? Hans Kim. Yep, this guy here. He's bunking with Kim. This is one of Rogan's new friends. You know, Rogan's making friends with any moron now in Austin, just as long as they live in Austin. Joe is best friends with 2-year-in comics now who have roommates. Joe Rogan, $200 million in the bank, hanging out with guys who roommate with Hans Kim. That's disgusting. Okay, Tony, John Dees, took a little detour there. We're coming back. What will Tony do to Dees? Here's Dees back here. He's fed up with this shit, too. So maybe we could get in Dees here. Does Dees have an Instagram? Do any of the black people in the band have an Instagram? I just figured no. I figured they didn't know what that was.
He's got it. D's on keys.
D's on keys. Let's see if we could get this guy to turn. Start chirping in his ear. Maybe Danny Woodward could have a talk with him. Maybe Leo Dominique could introduce himself to... Leo Dominique probably has these glasses, too. These are Leo Dominique brand, I think. Glasses. Like, this is the type of fashion Leo Dominique sells at his boutique.
Yeah.
Glasses like that. Okay, let's see what Tony does to John Dees.
I believe Rogan owns the club. I just came to conquer and take over.
Being mean.
I think the only, I guess the fun thing I did is I went to TJ and I lost a butt plug in a girl's ass.
Wait a sec.
Yeah, throwing you a curveball now. Yeah.
You had to pay for that.
No.
You went to TJ, Tijuana,
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And you met a girl?
Yeah.
And she
You can see what Tony's doing right here, and he does it wildly sometimes. Let me see if I could imitate it. I don't have a click pen, but I do have a Tide cleanup stick because I spill spaghetti all over myself constantly. But if you look at Tony's hand, cut to the close-up here. If you look at Tony's hand, he's constantly going like this, clicking a pen manically. This is his tell. Anytime Tony is worked up and nervous or about to snap, he starts going like this. And he does it so fast. I can't imitate how fast he does it. Keep your eye open for that. Here, let's see if we could catch it right here. But there's another one that was crazy the other day. You know, he's going to run out of ink soon.
Tijuana,
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And you
Look at
met
that.
a girl?
Yeah.
And
Look at
she
that.
had a butt plug, or you had your own butt plug?
No, she had it.
Okay, so anytime you see him doing that, you know he's not in a good place. That's his tell. That's when he's all... Crowder does a very similar move with the pen where he's freaking the fuck out. All right, let's see what he does to Dees. We see he's worked up. He's mad. And here's another thing about Tony. He's not wearing scuba here today. His neck looks fine. So what's going on? We thought he was wearing the scuba turtlenecks to cover up his big freaky long neck, but here he is accentuating his long neck with a little V here, showing us that he's perfectly capable of not wearing scuba. So this boggles our minds even more. The mystery extends. The mystery is even more mysterious now. Why does he wear the scuba when he doesn't seem to care about his neck? We thought maybe that was the main reason. You know, why is he wearing compression all the time? He's not wearing it here. And he looks great.
He looks amazing.
It's like when you see Stephen S. Crowder wear a shirt like this, you go, hey, he looks great. Usually you see Stephen Crowder in a skin-tight red long sleeve that looks like a pajama top. And you go, why is he wearing it? He looks so bad. And then he'll wear a shirt like this. You look great. Just wear this. We could go back to Tony's second explosion here as we track his behavior with band leader John Dees. A little rift I'd like to pump some air into, huh? Wouldn't you like to see that band turn on Tony eventually? Man, we could hope. We could dream, huh? Now, there's something else big happening at the Comedy Mothership that nobody has spotted. We're going to get into this a bit later, but keep this in mind here, and this will make a lot of sense coming up. I have a theory. I have a premonition. And I've been hoping for a lot of things to happen at this comedy mothership, since I heard that it was going to open. I had hoped for a lot of trouble. I'd hoped that Joe might kind of screw up. He might have forgotten one thing. One or two things. Maybe Joe did. He's never owned a club. He's never owned a public establishment, right? And I've watched this. It's been pretty successful. Everybody's loving it. Sold out show after sold out show, right? All the comedy nerds, they're now flying to Austin. All these boys, Joke World and his buddies. They're all meeting up, splitting an Airbnb. $348, kiddo, that's high. But they're splitting it 8 ways. They're staying 2 nights. It's all they could afford. And they're driving there. They're driving there, and they're all splitting the gas. Joke World and his buddies. And it's been very successful. Everybody's telling Joe how amazing the club is. Surely all you've heard, right? Oh, the club's amazing. That mothership about to go dark, nigga. I'm sorry. What does that mean? I'm gonna let you in on what that means coming up on today's Red Bar. The comedy mothership might be on its way to some dark times. And we're going to need your power of prayer. Everybody's dark days coming for the mothership, but rewind. Tony battles with John D's. Watch. Come on, Johnny.
Oh,
I don't bring him with me, but
okay. Speak for yourself.
Okay. Maybe I could do a zoom in here. They cut cams, but not that often. You know who I like? Him. You ever seen this guy around? Nah, actually, I don't like him. He's nothing. You're an NPC. You're invisible. You're fucking invisible. You're nothing. You're nobody. Here's John Dees, who, by the way, John Dees, he's immature. John Dees is immature. I've been studying this motherfucker like a law exam. like I had been studying for a law exam. And John Dees is immature. He can't really handle being yelled at. He's never really done this on stage, and he kind of acts a little bit goofy. I can see why Tony's kind of mad at him. You'll see this coming up because John D is kind of immature. He's kind of childish. I like discovering that someone's childish when it's very hidden. When it's a very hidden, subtle thing, and then you go, ooh, he's immature. I like that. I don't get mad when people are immature. I get happy when I find out you're immature, okay? So, okay, we heard a little sound. Let's see what happens here.
You had your own butt plug.
no, she had it.
Oh,
I don't bring him with me, but
okay. Speak for yourself. Okay, I'm glad we got Red Band's one fart noise out of the way. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so Red Band makes a fart noise with his soundboard. He does his I'm getting yelled at laugh, which he's very good at now.
God, Red Band takes so much shit.
No wonder he thinks Red Bar is cool. Red Band takes so much fucking shit. No wonder he's nice to me. He's the only one. It's like, all we do is like terrorize fucking Red Band for 20 years, say the most horrible shit about his girlfriend. And he's like, I like this guy. No wonder I'm still nicer than Tony to you. You're so good at taking this. It doesn't even come off awkward anymore.
No, he's an angel.
Like, Tony says like the most heinous shit to you where everyone's like, oh my God. And you're just like, it's fine. And you're really doing a good job at it being fine now. At first, I used to see the awkwardness, the pain, the embarrassment in your eyes. You really laugh it off well.
His confidence is inspiring.
You know, one of the most important things in a man is how good he is at laughing it off and moving on. You know, it's one of the most hardest traits to conquer. And if you could find a man who could laugh it off without getting teary,
keep him by your side.
That's a strong man, and that's a man I respect. Okay, Tony can't laugh it off. He can't laugh it off. Oh, God, I would love to wipe this with one of those absorb
Ooh, what do you
blue
think that
little
feels
paper.
like?
That's disgusting, Tony. Wipe that nose down, nigga. Please. That's like a comic book accent.
I was just going to say it's an illustrated image.
That's an illustrated image.
I'm starting to see things within it.
Look at that.
I'm seeing like an alien ship.
Compare
coming
that to
over
my
a
nose
cliff.
now. It's barely even like that, so I control my oil better in the 115-degree heat.
You're using the sunglass trick to make your nose look smaller.
I'm using 800 different powders, which you should be. And look, oh my God, I didn't even realize he had such a fucking. Jesus, is this a glacier?
We haven't got this close up to him in a while.
I haven't.
It's nice.
That's Africa. Isn't that what Africa looks like? I swear this could be Africa. That's definitely some sort of continent. Yeah, see? A lot of people thought I thought Africa was a country. Nope. Idiots. Morons. Slobs. Maroons. Jerks. Assholes. Faggots. Whoops. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, that is Africa. And are you shaving this? Is that what I'm to believe? That this is
I
being
think he's
carved out?
adding that extra.
You're adding that with a pencil. No, you are.
That's just a birthmark. Like
Oh
that
my God.
movie.
So you barely have any hair. You're spraying this in and then you're lining it up the sides with a thicker pen. I could see it now.
There's some angles where I swear sometimes you see Tony have like a little thinning up top.
Yes, and then other
times-
days it's yes,
so
of course.
He might be doing
This
some
is what this
spray.
nigga's doing. I figured this out. Tony is getting frog tape. Okay? And Tony is taking that green frog tape, the thin kind, the real thin kind, the kind that I can't even peel. It's too thin and finicky for me. And he's taking that frog tape and he's going here, follow my mouse. See this? He's taking the frog tape and taping this off and then taping that to paper to cover his face. Then he sprays his head down with the hairspray, the stuff that's paint and texture to make it look like hair.
Yeah.
And then he removes the frog tape for that clean line. And then he goes in too. He'll fill in like the missing pieces. He'll repaint the skin on his face with a matching beige if he gets some black over here. And it's, I think that's exactly what's going on. I think we finally figured out his hair
Can I
secrets.
have a mustache zoom just for 1 second?
Sure, yeah, he's got a great mustache here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do you ever stare at a guy?
I mean, him and Red Band are like that criminal in The Dog that used to do all those like 60s cartoon races where they'd like throw a bomb at the guy in back of them, or they'd like put oil on the road to make it slick. I mean, that guy was an asshole. But even he had more heart than you, Tony. I think there are a few episodes where he showed some humanity, which you never have. And keep this in mind, folks. Tony has zero humanity. When's the last time you saw Tony go out of his way to show you that deep down there's somebody in there? That there's a human there. You don't see that with Tony.
He covers it up by fake doing that with
of course.
comics.
Whereas me, every 5 seconds, I got tears in my eyes showing you how sincere I am.
Wait, zoom in on Red Band's natural,
Well, yeah, his
beautifully grown
natural
hair in comparison.
Look at that.
Perfect.
See, this is what it's supposed to look like. He's got a great style of hair.
Natural mix of grays and
Oh,
blacks.
great. I'd kill for his arrangement.
Normal lip just goes straight down instead of all
I love it. I love it. And he's never been happier. And he's still with that grudge. So that's a success.
Love him.
He's still with that fucking grudge. So how could you blame him? He's doing it all good. Tony's on his 18th weirdo Craigslist thing.
God, I would kill to know more about Tony's dating life.
My sex life? Hurrah!
Yes, I would literally.
Oh, it's painful. He's fucking Tedros, bro. He is 100% Tedros. And especially because he gets views now. Because he sells tickets now. So he thinks he could treat the women any way he wants.
Like that's.
Do you know how many seats I sold tonight? Including YouTube and Motion Blur, a new streaming service. And he really shows those women. I mean, he treats those women like Andrew Schultz treats Steiny. Coming up. All right, let's see him. We haven't even seen him yell at D's.
No.
Here he is, treating D's like a slave.
Okay, I'm glad we got Red Band's one fart noise out of the way. Jesus Christ.
Why?
This guy cannot wait. By the way, the fun fact about the soundboard is that the fart board is a totally different app. No, don't go back to the fucking fart board.
Why?
You're allowed one an episode. So he literally has to bring it up. Okay, thank you, whoever's doing that.
Now he's yelling at someone else. So we heard another sound. I mean, you can't do that. You can't get in two yells.
That was the perfect pan, by the way.
Isn't it bad enough you're yelling at this innocent man who did nothing but do his job? You're freaking out at him. The whole crowd's looking at you like this. And then you're going to hear another thing and snap at that. I mean, you can't. That's coverable now. You understand? That's why you're being played on this show. It's a nutty thing to do. If this was in a TV show, it would go, it's extreme. It's extreme. All right, let's see the big yell coming up here. Red Band.
So he literally has to bring it up. Okay, thank you, whoever's doing that.
The second yell. There's John
That's
Dees.
insane, Dees. Thank you. I literally hate that, so thank you, Dees.
Ooh, that's insane, Dees. Thank you. And look at John Dees taking the fool's face. Ever made a fool's face? That's where you start going like this because you don't know what the fuck to do. You've never been treated like this, but what are you supposed to do, flip out? You're an immature black, so you start doing this. That's what I would do if Tony was yelling at me. I would start pulling at my cheeks. Sorry.
I mean, can't he
That's
just
nuts.
do one little gag? It's not like he's doing this every day of his life. He can't have one chime
know.
in.
What does this bother
for 5
Tony so much?
seconds?
Watch this.
Dees, thank you. I literally hate that, so thank you, Dees. Thank you, John. Back to the comedy show. Thank you, Jeremiah. I mean, John. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
There you go.
Listen to this treat.
Oh.
Look at this guy. See?
He's on Dee's side.
This motherfucker really going to talk to us like that. One day this guy's going to stand up for the band and beat the living fuck out of Tony. Mark my words. He's going to come at Tony with this trombone, knock him right off stage. Just like this era of TV that we're watching right now. He's going to smash his head off with that trombone. It's going to happen. Trust me. This is the type of stuff that's happening now in the world. Anything could happen on any show now. Did you know that? Anything. Right? Really, anything could just happen on any show or any guy. Obama could be involved. It doesn't matter who. Anything could happen at any time now. The wildest stuff. The craziest, most nonsensical stuff that if I said would happen, you'd go, oh, please. So remember that. Every time you watch one of these shows, just anything could happen. Here. Look at him. He's given up. Ooh, that psycho. Look at that psycho face. Oh, look at this exchange. So he's so furious that he just starts staring at John Dees and giving him a look. Terrible. What was that? Did you hear that?
Oh my God. That was like the loudest thunder I've ever.
Oh, that was thunder.
I hope so. Or no, it's
we had a
season, baby.
It's monsoon season
it's
here.
thunder.
The Santa Ana winds, as Renee D'Ambrosio calls them, one of Redbar's oldest listeners from Orange County, California.
I thought that was Sam Tripoli doing a suicide bombing.
Yeah, we got the Santa Ana winds here today. It was quite the hailstorm here the other day. It was pretty cool. We had a flash flood. Of course, we were equipped, and our vehicle, of course, is very equipped to get through flooded waters. So we took advantage of that. Went through some puddles, waded or water forded through some stuff. It was a big deal for our vehicle, our off-road 4x4. So it's pretty exciting, and we're having some exciting weather here. So don't mind there's going to be crashes and stuff that sounds like someone playing the drum set. Ignore that, okay? That's all the weather. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I believe he's going to kill him, but look at this. This is psycho. So John Dees didn't respond. We're still in the middle of this little yell here. And John Dees is doing this, right, with his face. Tony gives him this look, this psychotic look that no man, especially a black man in, a post-Floyd world, no white man should be looking at a black man like this. This is some master bedroom type shit. Watch this.
Oh, thank you, Jeremiah. I mean, John. Thank you so much.
Look at this
There
face.
you go. Yeah. Oh.
Look at this. Look at that.
Sweet. Okay.
Whoa, eyes still down. You know someone's mad when their eyes remain down after it's all over. Surely, yeah, I know they're going to come back, but they're down now. Look at that. Look at this psychotic. I mean, you don't look at someone like that. Unless you want me to put a dart right here. You want me to put a dart right there? Put you in a trunk? Leave your cell phone in it? Call it? Bury you in a tennis court?
You saw what happened to that dog.
I'll bury you in what's soon to be a pickleball court. Okay? They're changing it from a tennis court to a pickleball court. I'm going to bury you.
I think that we're the only people on Earth who've seen that show.
I know. It's on Peacock.
I even tried to look up if anyone else thought that show was crazy, and I didn't, like, not a whisper of it anywhere online.
No.
It's never been mentioned.
Nope. They're not getting, they've got
Only
zero remarks right now on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, he's looking at him like crazy, and then he does that thing. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. All right. Shut off John's mic.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh. Oh. That's not cool, huh? You want to kill him. You call me. You call me. We're going to give you money for everything bad you do to... That's what we got to give these guys some cash.
He probably says not a word the entire... And he just kind of like politely...
Yeah,
laughs
of
at
course.
everything. But then after everyone kind of leaves to John D's, he's like, Tony was kind of mean today, huh?
Yeah. I'm telling you, this guy's going to snap one day. And look at D just... yeah. Mama told me. Mama told me and Mama was right. This is how I expect to be treated. Poor D Madness, of course. Poor D Madness. Head down in shame. The rest of the band, they want to. This guy wants to say something so bad. You know, at least can't you blow the trombone in his face? Mothership. Yes. Okay. So this is my prediction about the Mothership here. After I saw this, do you guys know what's his name? Cameron what?
Cam Patterson?
Cam Patterson. They've got a new regular on Killtony.
Seems like a great guy. You could show a little bit of him.
I want to show his set, yeah.
Okay, I'll find the beginning of his part.
Here he is. This is Cam Patterson. He's just black guy. Sweet kid, right? Maybe. I think we're looking at right here. This is Cam Patterson, new regular on Killtony. He's only really performed 3 or 4 times. They loved him immediately. They worship him, in fact. They don't pick on this one. You know how Tony picks on the other regulars, Hans Kim, all that? It's kind of, they roast each other. Not with this one. Tony is now, you know, Tony's almost like a pimp. He's almost like Andrew Tate. He uses this lover boy method to coerce these stand-ups into working for him for 3 or 4 years. In trade, he'll launch their career. So, okay, he has Hans Kim come and does, 82 episodes for him for free. Hans Kim, giant character on Killtony. He doesn't get paid a dime. And in trade, Tony will give him some work, right? He could open for Rogan. He could open for me. And then if he becomes good or big, guess who takes the credit? Tony C. Hinchcliffe. So it's a nice little system. It's the lover boy method. The same thing that got Tate popped is what Tony is using right now on these Kill Alley hopefuls, okay? The 200 that wait outside every day. Okay, oh yes, you might be able to work as a doorman and janitor at our club for free for experience. Would you like that? How about this? You either come work as the janitor or the Mothership, or you won't get a spot in this town which I control. Okay. So he's got the whole place is staffed up by non-paid guys like this. And I think Tony has finally met his match. Could this be the face of the Mothership's demise? Hear me out here. Hear me out. I've been studying this. Yes, he's grooming. He's a groomer.
He comes out at 46, 30.
Let's introduce you to Cam Patterson so you can see what kind of guy he is.
No, he's a great guy. I love him.
Well, don't get in their heads.
Okay.
Don't ever get in their heads. 46 what?
4620.
Okay, that's kicking me.
Or
I can tell it's just
4630.
There's Ari Shafir, everybody.
Business.
Turn that music
It was
off.
right then where I'm like, wow, this guy's got like a real second gear. And to be able to show that in a minute, it's really something else.
Here we go.
Someone that's been doing that regularly, we're making history here all the time on Kill Tony. And one of the amazing things that we do here is we always have regulars on the show that you get to see watch and grow and perform, and you get to watch their lives change all the time. We have a new regular on the show that became a regular on the show after only one appearance. After only one.
Yeah, Cam Patterson's not a regular. He's a regular. Because he's black. Because he's so black. Now, there's a point to this about how black he is. All right? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. He's a certain amount of black that is a high level. You know, if he was a pomade, he'd be towards that end of that little graph there. He'd be the second to last bead on that graph showing you a stronghold. Okay, if he was a pomade, he'd be a stronghold. That's the type of black he is. All right? Now, that matters for this. A lot of people go, Mike, what does it matter, the color of skin? It doesn't to me. But it does matter to the future of the comedy Mothership. Yes, this isn't me. I'm just showing you what's happening in town. Watch this shit.
Minute. The next set on this show, he was in front of 3,000 people at the ACL Live Theater, showing us all why he's the newest regular. A 100% batting average, just his own style, his own swagger. We could not be more excited to present to you the newest regular on Kill Tony, Cam Patterson, everybody.
Where are my dogs at? Because he's black? It's DMX.
Go from the Ku Klux Klan to a nigga. What a transition.
Listen to this guy.
This shit is beautiful. I used to play sports in high school. And
Basketball. So it's that much. Basketball. I had a good friend just like this. He refused to call pancakes pancakes. You know what he called them? Pancakes. P-A-N-A dash cakes. Pancakes. That's how black he was. And he wasn't kidding.
That's cute.
Because he would use pancakes even in a fight. That's how black he was. We were in an argument over paying for some pancakes and, you know, how much he owed at IHOP. I owe you $4.50 for no pancakes?
You were trying to get $4.50 out of him? What is your problem?
The bill came to the table. I simply said, yours is $4.58.
Come on, you can cover the...
I didn't have... Why? Because I'm white? I didn't have any fucking money. I was eating Chili's mostly every night. I was so poor, I'd eat Chili's every night. Which actually, you know, that's actually funny to say. I was so poor in college, I had to eat Chili's every night. It was like, it was cheap. $42.68 a night. That's how poor I was. I had to eat Chili's. No, really, I had to eat. I went to Chili's because they had free chips and salsa in the bar.
We just ate the chips and
that's all I had for one day's meal in college. For a lot of days.
The chips at Chili's are pretty good. It's like
they were very good. And you could smoke in there, so I was smoking them down. Yeah, I used all my money on cigarettes. Needed them.
That's actually a nice tip if you're starving.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, if you're starving, go to Chili's, get the chips and salsa. That's like that's basically a hamburger. The salsa is basically a burger ground up into smithereens. Just picture it as that. And it's very good, and you could smoke in the bar. It's got a beautiful bar. Have you seen Chili's bar? It's in the middle. It's darker. Oh, Chili's has a beautiful bar. One of my favorite clubs was Chili's across in Winter Park, Florida, across from the interstate.
Remember when we went to Chili's too at the airport and I lost my passport?
That was at Chili's too, huh?
Yep. Never got it back.
So Cam Patterson, what was that about? Yeah, he's a pancake guy. He's that level. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not saying there's anything wrong with it. Here's his outfit here. And this is a very, this outfit's a little different than, Brian Simpson's black outfit or Brian Moses's black outfit or David Lucas's black outfit. Anyone notice anything different about this black outfit? This is the same outfit that Chief Keef owns. Okay, are you catching my drift here? You see this outfit here? When I look at this outfit, there's only one word that comes to mind. Jail. When I see someone dressed like this, the word jail shows up like Vision Pro right in front of me. When you think about it, you go, oh, not jail, but hood. This is not me. This has nothing to do with me, by the way. This isn't a segment about how he's black. It's about why him being black could lead to something very funny. There's nothing negative even happening here, except for Joe losing his club in best, funniest, try that in a small town type of way. You'll see what I'm getting at soon. Maybe some of you are starting to connect the dots here. Maybe some of you are starting to go, Cameron Patterson, what is his name? Cam Patterson? He's the type of brother who looks like he's got a few dozen brothers. Cam Patterson looks like the type of guy who might have an uncle, 80 cousins, 1,600 best friends, who all might be, I don't know, looking for money. Cam Patterson.
Well, he commented on an episode. I don't know if it was this episode or the last one where he was like, "These white people are rolling out the red carpet for me."
He's going to say it here.
Is he? Okay.
Yes, I think so. Yes. Let's watch him. Let's watch him. You're going to understand what this is about soon.
They go from the Ku Klux Klan to a nigga. What a transition, man. This shit is beautiful. I used to play sports in high school, and if I'm thinking I play like basketball, football, you a racist, because I played water polo and lacrosse. I bet y'all would you have guessed that shit, white man?
Okay, so have you guys ever seen like a Trick Daddy video from '98? You notice the company that Trick Daddy keeps in the background in Miami? Imagine those. You ever seen the guys that jump next to Kendrick Lamar in black and white? I'm trying to build a thing here. So imagine like 1,600 of these guys jumping. Okay? Jumping with weapons. Keep that image in your mind.
I'm glad you didn't, because I'm lying. I played basketball in high school, but I remember after my season, one of my teammates came out and said he was gay. Now, I had no problem with gay people at all. You love who you love, you know what I'm saying? But I had to ask him. I said, hey, man, well, you smacked on my ass during the games. Was that like a gay thing? Or was that more like a basketball thing? He said, nah, man, that was strictly a basketball thing. I said, okay, I understand, but I didn't play.
Okay, so we just watched the tape. Nobody knows what he has said. Okay, here's Ari, can't understand a word. Here's Tony pretending he knows what's been said because he took a cue from the audience laugh. But nobody really knows what he's saying. Keep that in mind.
And nigga, you squeezed it, you know what I'm saying?
So he's killing, right?
There he is.
Listen to this.
Again. Ooh. There he is again. The future has arrived, ladies.
The future has arrived. Oh, yes. The Mothership gets its first intergalactic visitor. Wow. Okay, the future has arrived. So you see, Cameron Jules was bringing up something. Cameron says something, and I hope we catch it here. He goes, well, I think you will see it when you see who Cameron brings out. Let's just keep watching. I think this is an important turn of events.
Where'd you come from, Cam?
Yeah.
You already know? Where'd you come from?
Florida. I'm from
Florida,
West Orlando.
nice.
Yeah, West Orlando.
Where, which part?
West Orlando, the west side.
Orlando,
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
boy is a fucking monster.
I
He's
love
from
this shit.
Orlando.
This shit beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
We love having you. We need someone like you, and you need a format like this, and it's just...
Okay, so look at the back, though. Butt out. You should have seen me at the Welcome Diner in Phoenix a few weeks ago. There was a guy sitting right at the diner like this with the butt out. It was so close to revealing the crack. It was already too much. I mean, it was just right lined up with the top of the crack. So not much coming out. But still, I was about to tell on him. Guy gets up 20 minutes later, goes behind the counter. He works there. I would have told on him. And he works there. So good thing I kept my mouth shut about the guy's butt crack.
And that's why you always keep your mouth shut about a guy's butt.
We had a guy walking in front of us down the street, black kid, just like this, and he was sagging fully down, but with no underwear. No underwear. And right in front of Jules was a black butt. That to me is the most disgusting thing. Have you seen these guys where their butts are out in public? Full butt.
Whatever.
Like the homeless people
were
now?
in the crack were on us because
Yes.
of the way the wind blew.
Getting into all my pores. That's why I broke out so much. I needed so much Differin to get the gunk out of my pores. There are people walking around now, these homeless people, that nobody says a word to, and they'll have their pants fully down, walking around with their butt out. We see them all the time. Almost every week there's somebody, look at his butt. That should scare. I mean, remember the bum that dumped the diarrhea in the piss on that woman's
Nobody seems
head?
to care about that anymore. Wasn't there a time where everyone was like, these kids' pants are sagging to their ankles?
Well, you don't see it much anymore. Only a certain crowd sags like this still, especially.
I bet Kumia goes crazy when he sees a sagging pant.
And I mean, look at this butt. I mean, that's a hard fucking butt. I mean, this is like a little kid's butt now. When I see this is like, I feel like I'm looking at a little kid. But no, this is a full-grown man, I hope. Right? It's got a mustache.
He could be
Thank
a teen.
God.
I don't know how
He
old
could be a teen.
is.
Okay, so there's his outfit. There's how he talks. Let's see what happens here.
Absolutely perfect. Cam Patterson, the talk of the club, the newest door guy at the club, the newest regular.
The newest door guy.
I love white people, dog. They amazing.
I love white people. They're amazing. The newest door guy. They made this kid a door guy. They just met him 3 weeks ago. He's only done 3 appearances at the club. They loved him so much. Tony wants to basically pimp this guy out so much. Tony wants to be Tony saw this guy do stand-up. He knew he was good. He knew he had it. And Tony goes, I got to snatch this motherfucker up and get credit for when he blows up. The credit will be mine. That's what he's interested in. He wants to go, Cam Patterson. Yep, I gave him his start. So Tony, in a rush for that credit. Have you seen the movie Parasite? Have you seen the movie Parasite? How did that end up? How did Parasite end up? Well, Tony has invited someone to his house out of greed. Greed only goes one way, with punishment. When you initiate greed throughout your life, you will be met with punishment. Tony greedily scoops this kid up. They make him a doorman. What does a doorman do? Well, they have access to the doors. Okay? So I'm assuming even the vault in the back where Joe keeps all his money, the big bank vault, only Cam Patterson has the key.
I left the roses by the stairs.
Yes, that's what you say to get in. It's one of our shows. So he's a doorman now. He's a regular. He's allowed free. He works at the club. So this is a kid from the hood, from the streets. And within 3 weeks of showing up to white people's door, They roll it out for me. Damn, them motherfuckers gave me the keys. Hey, cousins, you gotta see this shit. Free everything. We're rich. Do you guys see where we're going with this? Keep watching.
Yeah. And most importantly,
They roll it out for a nigga, dog. I ain't going hungry. Uh-oh. I didn't see it happening this way, but I've seen some takeovers in my day, okay? Yeah, I've spent some time on the streets. I can see how a place could change ways. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. And most importantly, white people like you. That's really.
I used to rob people, dog. This is insane. You know what I'm saying?
Something about robbing.
This place, Cam.
Yeah. Yeah.
That will almost definitely negatively affect your hiring.
Yeah. Do not rob this place.
It's going to be one of the. We don't want one
so
of those.
So they are worried about that.
Not if you can't do anything to stop him.
Exactly. So I believe, I will cut to the chase. I believe Cameron is planning a huge family robbery / takeover of the club.
Okay,
and that this will be
5720 quickly.
5720. Check this out. This is what I think will be the full demise of the club. Watch this.
The reason that we even thought of this.
Yes, watch. This is going to make so much sense soon. Yeah. So here's Cameron, Cam Patterson, and he's going to bring out a special surprise. Watch this.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for David Jolly, everybody.
David Jolly. Cameron's yelling, let's go, let's go. Watch this.
My guess is he's going to be...
Okay. And, okay, it is a black guy that nobody's ever heard of. He's taken over the stage. He's commanding the crowd's energy. The whole crowd's going nuts. This is the first time this guy's ever appeared on anything. This isn't a comic that everybody knows. This is Cam Patterson's uncle. And Cam is now celebrating Kendrick Lamar style that we in this bitch. We made it. Watch this, the takeover. This is getting insane. Look. We did it. We did it.
Hey, y'all shut the fuck up. I got a minute.
He's in charge.
So I was at the CSL Plasma Center the other day.
Okay.
I was doing.
Cut to Joe Rogan. Can we do that? Can somebody cut to Joe Rogan in the back? Worrying for the first time. You know, imagine Joe's face. You know what I could yeah, it'll make more sense once you see the Andrew Schultz Steiny thing. Actually, go to Joe's YouTube page and look at his current thumbnails. One of them is him with a black guy. That's the face Joe's going to be making once he realized the shenanigans that are going on behind his back right now. Week 3 into the club. Watch this.
Name Plasma. Some people call it saving lives. I call it $40. So what that is?
He's never done stand-up a day in his life, this guy.
If you donate plasma, they give you $500. You know that, sir? Oh, damn. I was like, bitch, I'd be rich in $48. Y'all gonna beg me out this bitch. 40 grand, 50 grand. He's on fire. But I had to think about it, because I got my legal marijuana card. I had to think about it. I know if I donate sperm some kind of way, I'm gonna end up on child support.
So the whole thing is child support, donating plasma for money. These guys are looking for fucking money, and they're at the age where it's, have you ever heard this phrase? Do or die? It's due time. Have you seen how these guys hustle their whole life? I mean, every one of their favorite musicians has taught them the way of the hustle. This is ingrained in their hearts. Okay? They ain't starving no more. They're rolling it out. Joe Rogan's club, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe Rogan is the richest man in America.
I'm here to announce, you can cut to me, Joe Rogan's comedy Mothership is officially up for grabs. Yep. There is a dark day coming for the Rogan Club. Now imagine 60 of these guys in here, hooting and hollering, swinging from the pipe, going behind the bar, filling up drink. These drinks are free, right? Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Locking everyone out of the green room. I mean, I've seen this happen at a house party, right? There's been tons of Chicago house parties. You invite one guy, all the white people have this white guilt, right? Oh, this gangster comes by. Yeah, what's going on here, party? Oh, yeah, come on in. Look at this guy. He's from MTV. 2 hours later, you're the ones outside, and they're all having the party. It's kind of like the house is both ours now.
But also, these guys are the best comics on Kill Tony right now.
Exactly. That's why this is so perfect.
Way better than all the other shitty Austin
they
guys.
are. But is Joke World going to keep flying to Austin if the whole scene turns into this? Really think about it. This could become a black club. And none of these guys, they're so guilty and they're so scared. They're not going to be able to say no when Cameron Patterson brings his mom, his dad, his cousins, his teachers. They're not going to say no. And then when do they say no? When is it too many fellas?
They can't say
What
no.
number of fellas is it going to be for Joe to say, no, we have to put a stop to this? This is going to happen. I mean, I have more tape to show you. I could prove this here. Let's watch a little bit more. You're going to see Cameron and his cousin.
You can't say no to this guy.
You can't say no. And yeah, they're killing, so everyone likes them, right? And this is why the issue that it's going to create is so wonderful, you see. It's so perfect. It's cinematic.
Last thing I'm doing is 18 years with a bitch I never met before. Fucking Nick the Knuckle, baby. You get it? You get it? You get it in the car. Don't worry about it. How much time I got long? Yeah, all right.
Here's some stuff. This'll tell. This
We
is
here,
some telling
baby!
stuff. We here, baby. Look. Slapping hands. They're going down.
Stop playing great. Oh, we got Ari in this bitch, boy. Hell yeah.
If you were at a red light and they were doing this, you'd lock the door. So Ari, Tony, and Redban are... Well, Redban's too stupid to be scared. Let's get that straight.
He's an innocent soul.
He's an innocent. He's like the Note Boys. Too stupid to be bad.
He's a lover.
But you got Ari Shaffir. You're going to see Ari Shaffir do some real white-ass shit here. Tony is nervous. Tony is nervous.
Watch his pen.
They're all feeling it. Watch his pen. Here.
I didn't know you were here, stupid.
I'm remembering why my hand was all red after hanging out with him.
Hey, Red Man.
Look at this.
My guy. Stop playing crazy.
Oh, shit.
We got TAC in there, bitch.
My man.
And the guy takes over the show. I mean, they can't get him off. So one of the big things in the Reddit was Tony and them, they didn't have the guts to ask this guy to get off the stage. He was up there for a half hour. We're not going to show you all, but I'm just letting you know that's what happened. This is what's giving us the guidance. This is what's cluing us in on the inevitable. This is going to happen. And John Dees, you're going to see it's going to be like when I hired that black security guard for Salvo at the Deaf Noodles Roast, and then the black security guard just ditched Salvo and started hanging out with the blacks from the show. John Dees is going to do the same thing to Tony.
I mean, Tony's been yelling at him. He's not loyal to Tony.
When the takeover comes, Tony's going to run to Dees. Dees, you got to help me out. You got to get these guys out of here. Sorry, Tony. My lips are sealed, or, my hands is tied. Ha, ha, ha. They're fucking ripping up the register like Gremlins 2. Dun, 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 dun. They're trashing fucking everything. Cut to Gremlin. Here, if you're making a clip of this, cut to that Gremlin scene where they take over the bar. It even looks, the lighting similar.
What is that for? Hey.
Oh,
Stop
shit.
playing stupid.
Oh,
You
shit.
hear me?
These guys'
You gotta see the
wallets are
pen.
missing right now.
Yeah. Oh, so Tony's going nuts
Go
on the
back
pen
like
right
5
here.
seconds.
Okay.
He does this a lot.
Let's see. Look at the pen. So he's nervous here because this guy's taking over. And Tony knows that if they don't get a handle on this, this house is up for grabs.
And you'll start to notice this like crazy whenever Tony starts to get stressed. This pen
Yeah, look.
is his main thing.
Oh,
You hear
shit.
me?
These
We got
guys,
TAC,
these guys,
Jojo.
Come on,
these
Pen.
guys' wallets are missing right now. It's incredible.
I ain't stole them
Look at
bitches
that go.
bad now,
Ah.
TAC.
You
I would have got him, though. We here now.
We hear now.
Boy, you got me here, ain't it?
Oh, this was telling. We hear now, stupid ass boy, you got me here. Now, this ain't happening to me. This isn't bad for me. All this stuff I'm saying, I know it sounds so horrible. I'm telling you what they're thinking.
Yes,
not me.
not
I ain't
me.
kicking them out.
This is Tony and Rogan.
This is what Tony and they think. That I am guessing. Based on what I think. But it's not me. I'm not the one saying this stuff about them. This is what society treats these brothers as. Not me. Not me at all. I'm exposing it. Exposing.
Of course.
Watch this. This is the scene that really.
We here now.
We here now. Look at
Boy,
this.
you got me here, ain't it? Stop playing crazy.
Ooh, and Cam doesn't even hold it in. Cam's celebrating like, yeah, we got these motherfuckers. Keys to the safe. You're going to see Cameron flying away in Tony's Corvette. I'm just boning it. Screeches down the street. And they can't say anything. I mean, to see Cameron, because, okay, if this
He looks
wasn't
really
like
happy
this.
right now. This
Yeah,
is the
because
happiest I've
Cameron
ever
should
seen.
be. If Cameron was on the up and up, he would be like, oh, no, dude, don't blow this for me. You know, like, let's chill. Like, you got to be, we can't, I work here now. It can't be like, but no.
He knows he's in charge.
He knows he's in charge now, and this has been discussed in the hood. It's too late. They're just waiting for the day. I mean, they're just waiting a couple more weeks, and then it's going to be, hey, you know what I'm saying? There's no more Joke World in the crowd anymore. There's no more 27-year-old white kid in the crowd anymore. You know what there is? Brown spliff smoke everywhere. You can barely see through. You go, what the hell? Someone turn on the lights. They go, the lights are on. Oh, my God. Alizé. Alizé. What's the other one that Snoop likes? All of a sudden, they can't sell any of the Texas whiskeys anymore. All of a sudden, it's vodka, Alizé. What is all this? We don't have Alizé. They're making their own Alizé. They're mixing stuff together to get the taste. This is what's going to be happening. Look at these losers. They can't control it now, and they're not going to be able to control it when it happens.
That's my nephew. That's my fucking nephew.
This is like being at the
Tell
log.
me he ain't go crazy. Did he go crazy? He went crazy? Yo, we here now. Austin, we here
He's
now.
telling them, we here now. This is our turf. You can stay. In the meantime, for the meantime, I've seen this. You've seen the movie Friday. This is typical Debo. Steals your bike. We'll just keep it in my house. You know? This is what's happening at the
Wasn't there
mothership.
a part where he like tries to steal Tony's cigarettes and then kind of gets caught? And
Yeah, that's coming up.
It's a joke. Okay.
Watch.
Stupid.
All right, so let's talk about it, David. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
You're doing great.
You're doing great.
You're doing great. You don't have to apologize. I'm not the police. Relax.
You know you my nigga.
I know.
You know the vibes.
I know. You're my guy.
You my nigga for real.
You're my guy.
That's gang violence, though.
You remind
Gang
me of two of my
violence.
favorite things: Pink Floyd and George Floyd. And I love you. Very entertaining. Very entertaining.
You pretend like you're joking here. Let's take a look at the pen. Let's see if Tony's in. Oh, he's wearing scuba. Hottest day of the year there in Austin. Hottest day in history. He's wearing a full. This is supposed to keep you warm while surfing in the winter. I can't believe it. Okay, watch this.
Floyd.
Look at the pen.
And I love you. Very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Look at that.
Hey,
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressing the pen.
hey, look. First of all, give my dog Tony a shout out for y'all being here. And
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, so he stays up, for quite a while. Let's see this.
107 is the last.
107, is that going to be the cigarette?
Yeah.
Let's see that. So Tony's got a pack of cigarettes here. And you're going to see, well, I don't see him here, but Tony's got a pack of cigarettes in front of him. This is another pancake move. Remember, I used to hang around with these fellas, too, in the rap scene. And you know, they do like to borrow things in trade for protecting you. Okay, which was my case. Okay, the brothers all protect me, but they get to borrow. Okay, borrow.
Sounds fair.
Sounds fair. Good thing I didn't have a lot of stuff for them to borrow. That's all I'm saying. I didn't have a $200 million endless bank account in a brand new club and, access to 1 million viewed counted shows. Okay? These guys have a lot to make here if they do the right things, right? Some could say this mothership is a target. What do they call that? An open something, a big target for a lot of crime. Okay, a lot of people, it's like, why rob a Chase Bank? Why plan a bank robbery when you could pull off a heist at the mothership and then become famous too?
I hope that they get everything that they've ever dreamed of.
Oh, same. I'm on the gang side.
Of course.
I'm on the jailman side. The jailman.
I didn't say that.
I am on the side of the gang members. Let that be clear. That is the most non-racist take. I'm on the side of every gangbanger in this country. You saw the opening scene here. Try that in a small town. Yes, let's try it. Do you want me to bust them in?
We're with you.
Give me the money. I'll fly them all out. So I'm always on the side of the gang.
Give them to me as a
True.
gift.
It's true. You an asshole, Tony.
No, he gave them to me. I didn't ask him to.
He gave him.
So you made the man cut his hair all
No, I didn't make a guy cut his hair. This isn't.
Didn't he, Red Man?
He did.
Watch this.
Yes, I told D Madness.
No,
to cut
he
his
did.
hair.
You know, hey,
Look at this.
you 100 with me.
That's another sign when a black guy keeps slapping your hand and wanting to congratulate
It's
you.
like a magic trick.
Yeah.
He's slapping while
Sleight of
something
hand.
else is
Slap of
happening.
hand, they call it. When a black man is performing slap of hand too many times, that's when a white needs to stop being so fucking scared of black people. These secret races. That's when you got to start treating a black person like a normal person and go, what's with all the slapping here? What do you need? You trying to seduce me here? And it works. It works on these dumb whites, huh? I know what gangs do.
Okay.
You already know the vibes. I love you. It's a real love.
He loves him.
I love you.
Hey, we here now. Austin, we here
Black
now.
sales techniques, somebody
Gang
said.
violence, stupid
Yeah.
ass
Gang
boy.
violence.
Make some noise for David Jolly and Cam Patterson, ladies and gentlemen.
He's not ready to leave. He ain't going.
Okay, look at this. He ain't going.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Watch this.
Amazing.
Keep your eye on him.
I mean, that some poor innocent soul's about to have to follow
Look at this. He
That's
hugs Tony.
incredible. I love
Hugs
it. I love it.
Tony.
Ticklish.
Okay, there you go.
Plays with Red Band for some extra points.
Okay, go on. Get
Watch this.
the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
wait. Tony actually gets furious. This is a double. Watch this. So Tony is sick of this shit. He knows he's in too
We
deep.
skipped past like 10 minutes
Yeah.
of him yelling.
So Tony is sick of this. Look at his face as this guy. So this guy's coming by and he's like, yeah, do. If some man's hands around me like that, boom, boom. You see how fast that draws? So look at Tony's face. This is not the face of somebody who's like thrilled that his club just got taken. Watch this. Look at his face.
That's incredible. I love you. I love
Are you ticklish?
Look at this.
Okay, there you go.
Look.
Okay, go on. Get the fuck out of here.
Ooh. So he knows it's happening, but he's too scared to do shit because he lit this fire. This Baltimoreic fire.
But wait, you got to go back 5 seconds again.
So watch this. Something else is happening. While this man is coming in pretending to love and kiss you, black sales techniques, right? Watch this. Watch what he does with his other hand. This is slap of hand. Watch this.
Okay, go on. Get the fuck out of here.
Whoop.
Wait a second.
Steals Tony's cigarettes. It's like in his blood to do that. And Tony notices and goes, wait, get back here. But notices that, okay, I'm being like gang cucked. Now, you ever been gang cucked as a guy? It's a very difficult situation to be in unless You're the
what
leader.
What are you going to do? They're going to win no matter what.
That's why you have to practice leading, being a white. If you want to really be confident out there, you have to practice and fantasize leading a gang, which is that's how I train. So when I go to the range, I pretend I'm in charge of a giant gang from Chicago. And I go, boys, my boys, sit. And they all respect me, and they have for years. So then when I'm faced with a gang member, I feel like, I could speak to him. And I just sit there, oh, gang. Okay, so he takes the cigarettes. Look at that swipe. That was such a nice swipe.
Okay, go on.
Look at this.
Fuck out of here.
Swipe.
Wait a second.
Takes a cigarette. Takes one out of the pack. This is being...
Of course.
And then he takes it. I want a joke
He's
book.
a gel blaster waiting for you in the back.
He's giving him everything he can.
Okay.
Look at this. Takes a
I'll see you
cigarette,
later.
laughs in his face. Another slap.
One more time for David Jolly and Cam Patterson.
Ooh, you don't look
We
too
are
happy.
at 75.7 degrees right now. The room is heating up.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have worn this WeatherTech sport lining today. What do you think?
That's like that guy on Rogan who went across the Arctic.
Yes. This is what. Yes.
Wearing, or Antarctica. He suggested wearing this.
It's 4 a.m, January, but the waves are killer. So you had to put this on. That's the only excuse. What is this, Fila? No. Sorry. I wish. But I never rock Fila.
Maybe he has to wear it because it's bulletproof.
Yes,
Because
this
of
could
the
be, it could be
direction
like
the
a
club is
Marvel.
going.
This is a Marvel, costume.
I love.
It's
It
getting
doesn't look
hot in
happy.
here.
Yeah, it's hot.
Wow.
Hot shit! You hear Nelly start playing? Yeah, it is getting hot in here.
All right.
But like back then, Nelly was actually representing the hood, if you remember that song. It's a very, very Cam Patterson. Now, don't think of Nelly now. Think of Nelly when you first heard those dirty Louisiana boys. So that's the type of Nelly reference I was making there. Not a new Nelly thing. I know Nelly isn't scary now. He used to be very scary. Okay. So that's my theory. You're not going to see this posted on Joke World. You're not going to, well, maybe Too Lazy to Try will come up with this tomorrow. But you really won't see that kind of breakdown anywhere else, only here at Red Bar. That's why we ask for your Scars Club memberships. And you could sign up today at redbarradio.net/Scars Club. Nobody really is going to dare to do this to you, especially with all the race problems in the world these days. So that is, where your money goes to. Insurance in case anything happens to me. I'll always have the money. So thank you.
And now you're under my control.